So we have been open for 23 years. We are an educational facility / zoo. So by leading the tours of the facility, we teach people about cats, and hopefully you stand a better chance of protecting them and preserving them in the wild as well. We support global conservation groups too, so your support not only helps to keep our facility up and running, it also helps to support and fundraise for those conservation groups in the wild too. So yeah, that's who we are and what you're supporting by being here. My name is Sita. I'll be your tour guide today. I've been here for a couple of years myself, and I used to come up as a second grader for field trips.
Awesome.
So it's come full circle for me, yeah. So first on tour, we are heading to Africa to meet the fastest land mammal. So here we have Jazz and Salsa, our dancing cheetahs. They've got the dance-themed names. Jazz, our male, is over here on the right. Salsa, our female, is over here on the left. Oh, there goes Jazz. It's nap time. So these are our two cheetahs, of course. Cheetahs are one of the many spotted cats, so they're covered in those solid black polka dots, and they are known for their speed. They can run up to 70 miles per hour, which is faster than you guys driving to Cat Haven today, I hope. They can also follow those twists and turns in the road better than us, navigating 90-degree curves even while running top speed. So here at Cat Haven, we exercise our cheetahs. We can also take them outside of the enclosure for walks. These guys are part of our ambassador cat program. Our ambassador cats are trained to be able to wear a harness and a leash and go outside of their enclosure on walks for extra exercise, and also to be able to go to school programs. We can take them to a classroom. So they're truly like motivational speakers for their cousins in the wild. So not only is it good exercise to get out and stretch your legs and go for a long walk, but it's also helpful for our educational programs that we do. So in the teepee here is our first example. This is Rue the Bobcat. Bobcats have the characteristic short, stubby bobbed tail, the fluffy cheeks like a mutton chop beard, and the extra long tufted furry tips to their ears.
Their faces are so beautiful.
They are. And I love their striped kind of spot pattern too. It's really cool. So yeah, these cats live wild in this area. We have wild bobcats in Squaw Valley and Dunlap. We have them kind of dispersed throughout California. They're found in deserts too, in Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. So, Ivan, up on his hammock, is our Eurasian Lynx. Eurasian Lynx are also called Siberian Lynx. So they are built for snowy climates in places like Siberia and Russia and China, Hungary and India, where they would live. These guys are not Californians like the bobcat. But similar to the bobcats, he has the same short stubby tail, the same fluffy mutton chop cheeks, and the same tufted furry tipped ears. He's a lynx, he's like their cousin. So in terms of relationship, we do know that the different species of lynx are closely related. He's just a lot bigger and from a different part of the world, so, you know, has a different body type. Ivan. His name is Ivan. He's 15 years old. He also has a life expectancy of 20. I joke he's got a get off my lawn grumpy grandpa attitude sometimes because he is a sprayer. If guests get too close to him and he's got his rear facing you, guests often get sprayed by this guy. Ivan. But notice the big snowshoe paws. Yeah, big as stuff. The big snowshoe paws help them to live in the snow where they don't sink down into the deep snow. The big paw helps to distribute their weight evenly across the snowy top, which is helpful when you're chasing down reindeer. These cats are on Santa Claus's naughty list because they hunt reindeer in the wild. So sleeping in the teepee is the medium-sized Canada lynx. He's from Canada, so his name is A. There's a Canada lynx named A. And Canada lynx do live in Canada as well as some states in the U.S. So they're also found in like Minnesota, Montana, Washington, Idaho, especially snowy states. So he's also well built for the snow with his big snowshoe paws and thick coat of fur. He's got the lynx features, the beard, the ears, and the tail. And he's about 35 pounds, so bigger than a bobcat, smaller than a Eurasian lynx. And these cats do not live in California. So if you ever see this kind of cat with the beard, the ears, and the tail in California, it's a bobcat. But there are sometimes male bobcats that look to be about this size.
Really?
So there's, yeah, some confusion there. And then there are also states where both live. You've got bobcats in Washington, you've got Canada lynx in Washington. So the big difference is going to be size and paws, big paws for the Canada lynx. So, yeah. Any questions about the different kinds of lynx?
No.
Alrighty.
Will they get up there into their little hammock?
Yes,
Yeah.
so I joke too with him. He does not have stairs that lead up to his den area. We feed the cats in the den areas behind those green doors there, where we would place the bowl of food in the den. We would leave the den area, we would open the door, and he would come in for his breakfast. He does not have stairs leading up to his breakfast area, so he can hop in there. He also would treat the entire enclosure like a litter box. So all of those triangular platforms way up high, he could leap to and climb to. And zookeepers have to be just as good of a leaper and a climber as the Canada lynx to be able to scoop the litter box up there.
Oh my goodness.
We sent the intern. Right up close in the foreground. Do you know what kind of cat she is?
Oh, listen.
She's a hisser. This is a serval.
A serval. I've heard of that before.
Yeah. Servals too are notoriously chatty. So
Really?
Yes, she talks a lot.
What
Hissing.
sound do they make?
They hiss, they purr,
Come listen, you can hear.
they meow.
Do they meow? Really?
Wait, right now.
Her name is Sequoia, which means to listen, because she's all ears. Their ears are about as large as their face, which if humans had ears, what do you see? What are you doing? She had a rattlesnake near her enclosure earlier today that they actually collected, so hope she doesn't lead the way to the next one.
Because they'll just fall in here.
Oh yeah, the rattlesnakes do go into the enclosures, but this girl is talented and she's actually beheaded rattlesnakes before.
Serious?
She has. So you don't want to take any chances. So servals, notice how they are kind of spotted like a cheetah. A nickname for the serval is the poor man's cheetah because they have the same spot pattern. Solid black spots on a golden body. She also is striped though. She's got stripes going down the back of her neck, which are different. Their legs are ridiculously long for her small body. They have disproportionately very long legs. And they have a tail that is not quite very long. And they have ears that are too big for their face. So they remind me of Dr. Seuss characters. Their proportions are all over the place.
And they have stripes and spots.
Yes, and a striped tail. Their paws are also long paws. So if you take a look how she's standing, where her wrist bends is higher up on the forearm. So they have an elongated paw. That wrist bone is higher, closer to their elbow essentially, which gives them a really good bird baseball bat and a really good rodent scooper so that they could reach into burrows and scoop things out of the burrow, and so that they could jump 10 feet into the sky and pull birds from the sky. They've got good paws on them. Jaguar Samba. And then we can move over and get to look at the golden jaguar, Rose. So you've got two jaguars, two different hair colors living together. These two are actually siblings as well.
Really?
They're
They come
sisters.
out with spots and without spots?
Yep, they can have either their color. And actually, even on the black fur, she's spotted, but it's hard to see the spots.
Oh.
She has dark brown fur with black rosettes, so they blend in and they can kind of only be seen in the sunlight. Versus
eyes.
glowing golden eyes. And then Rose obviously has the more visible spots with the golden fur. And jaguars, they can have either the black or the gold, and it's actually the black that is dominant. So that's the dominant hair color to see for jaguars. Yes, that's one of the big differences to me is long tails. Leopards are leapers, and jaguars have the jaws. So the jawed jaguars with the big, strong, bulky heads and the strong bodies, compared to the lean, leaping leopards with the slim bodies, the long tails, and the slender faces. They don't have the big, crushing jaws. And if you take a look at his enclosure, he's got lots of high plateaus. He could jump from the ground to any one of those. Leopards,
Really?
yes. Leopards can reach the height of 2 basketball poles stacked on top of each other, about 20 feet high. And they can carry their food up there with them. So these are the cats from Asia, as well as Africa, where they have been known to carry entire carcasses up into the trees with them. So there's 2 in here. Yes. Another pair. Another pair of sisters. So these are your golden spotted leopards, where again the leopards have the long tail, the longer legs, the slimmer face, and also they're good jumpers, so they've got all of these high platforms to leap to. And these are the golden leopards. So the golden fur for a leopard is more common than the black fur. The golden fur for a jaguar is less common. So the genetics are different.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And
Oh, wow.
he's got a much more detailed rosette. Hey, Morocco. So this is another jaguar. This whole stretch you got to see and compare the golden and the black jaguars with the golden and the black leopards. Morado has big circular rosettes with polka dots inside. So you can also tell the difference between a jaguar and a leopard by looking at the spots.
He has a heart-shaped one.
Yeah.
Not interested in the pieces at all.
He has a smiley face in one also.
Really?
Yeah. So Morado the jaguar, he's the iconic, spotted jaguar kind of look with the big rosette and the polka dots in the middle. The leopard's just a circle that is empty in the middle. Cheetah, solid black.
Bark or wood or a rock.
About how much does he weigh?
He's about 130 pounds. He's 10 years old. He is the half-brother to Rose and Samba, and he was the first jaguar born at Cat Haven. He's kind of special to us, so he's on my t-shirt. He's our logo. Morado the jaguar. He was also named after a friend of ours in Brazil. Dr. Morado works with the government out there to protect and preserve jaguar territory. He uses radio collars to study where jaguars are going, and based on that information, if he realizes this is popular dense jaguar habitat, should people move there? No, he should preserve that and set it aside for the jaguars. And then this other space where there are not a lot of jaguars active, this is better for urbanizing. So he, by working with the government, makes those kind of decisions. So when we had our first jaguar born here, we named him Morado to highlight the work that he's doing. Do you guys see the water bucket he's next to?
Mm-hmm.
This is what he did to his last one. So it's in a cage because they're so strong.
Those are teeth?
These are teeth and claws.
So he just used it as a toy.
Yep, just a fun toy for him.
Oh my gosh.
He's furious.
And what are they?
Sorry, snow leopard.
Oh my
Snow
goodness.
leopard. There's not very much known about them either. We've probably only explored about 5% of snow leopard territory, and there's a lot that isn't known about them. And their name is totally deceiving. They're not only found in the snow, and they're not even leopards. They live in 12 countries in Asia. In India, in the Himalayan mountains, they live in -30-degree, cold, snowy, mountainous areas. So the thick fur helps to keep them warm. And then they also live in Mongolia, in the Gobi Desert, where it's 100 degrees, where their thick fur actually keeps them cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it works like a thermos. It's dually insulating. So the thick fur blocks out the heat and blocks out the cold, and it keeps their core temperature. Their tails are so long that they even wrap them around their nose and mouth to keep them from getting frostbite. So snow leopards always live in high altitudes. They live from 2,000 feet to 18,000 feet, and that way they have really large nostrils to pick up as much oxygen as they can, because up in the mountains it's oxygen poor, but with the big nostrils they're more prone to getting frostbite. But the tails are a scarf to keep that from happening. So built-in scarf. So I would say sunrise and sunset is when they're the most active. Otherwise, if there are zookeepers around, then they get really excited, because zookeepers are friends who feed them and entertain them and give them treats and toys. So
I had no idea they were that big.
yeah.
And is that one full grown?
Yes.
Those paws are huge.
He
Yeah.
is about
How's it going?
130 pounds. Mountain lions can weigh up to 200 pounds, so between about 100 and 200 pounds are typical. But they have a broad range. They are found in Canada, they're found throughout the US, they're found in Mexico, and they're found in South America too. So there's going to be a little bit of variation and a lot of names, lots of different names for this cat. So you might have heard of pumas, you might have heard of cougars, you might have heard of mountain lions.
That's all this cat.
It's all this guy.
Really?
Same cat, different place. Right here by the bathtub. So, what do you think the bathtub is for?
Bath?
Drinking or cooling?
It's for drinking. It's just a lion-sized water dish.
That's how much they drink?
How much he needs. He's also still a growing boy. He's only 1 year old and about 300 pounds, so he's the biggest 1 year old I know. He is going to gain another 100 pounds though, probably in the next year. So cats become full-grown adults by about age 2, sometimes 2.5, sometimes 1.5. So he's got some growing to do. Being a male lion too, he's also gonna grow out that mane. Where are you going? There we go. He's going to go bother Pele, who, if you notice, he woke her up. And we thought that she would be interested in a companion. That's why we got Barafu, to give her a friend. But that didn't end up being very successful because he's so pesky. And all he wants to do is play, and she is not in the mood. We've had, Here he goes. Hi, Jackson. This is Jackson, the snow leopard. So he's the same species as Anna and Elsa, just a male. Not very much bigger. The males don't tend to be very much larger than the females. Same stony gray coat, although all of their spot patterns are different. So he's kind of got what I think it looks like he's rubbed off his spots. But he's great at rock camouflage, so he kind of just sits there looking like a rock. You guys could go on a walk with our Caracals. They are ambassador cats, which means that these girls are trained also to wear a harness and a leash and leave their enclosure for long walks, travel to schools. Yeah. We also do tabletop presentations, so they'd be able to sit right here on this tabletop for a presentation too.
And they've been here with you since they were born?
Not since they were born, but pretty much. So we first only got Enira, which is this girl.
Apart?
Yes. Luna is more gray. She has more gray fur, and their faces are different. But this is Luna, this is Enira. Enira is more red also. So first we got Enira, and they were born in April. I think we got her at the end of April, so she was a couple of weeks old, or a few weeks old. Bullfrogs.
Oh my gosh, look at the frog, honey.
Do you see the frog?
Yes. Right
Oh,
here.
yeah, there he is. He's doing it.
Oh, there's 2 frogs.
Yeah. No, I've never seen them before. I know they're doing it, but there he is. How funny. And so here we also have our 2 tigers, Diana and Apollo. Diana is our white Bengal tiger. Apollo is our orange Bengal tiger.
I didn't even see.
Yeah. The benefit of the orange fur, the camouflage.
That's why I never see mountain lions.
And Bengal tigers live in India along the coast where they could actually hop into the ocean and go swimming for 20 miles.
Really?
So excellent, powerful swimmers, yes. And here they have this natural pond. It was just a naturally occurring pond on our property that we built the tiger enclosure around. So it has turtles, bullfrogs, fish, fun grasses to play with. So they have a very enriching habitat. Welcome to Project Survival Cat Haven. Here at Cat Haven, we have been open for 23 years. Our big mission and goal here is to educate the public about wild cat species so that together we can protect and preserve them in their natural habitats as well. The cats living here at Cat Haven help as ambassadors with that goal. to build that connection, to give people the experience with these wildlife, and to show people that we do matter and we do make a difference. We support lots of global conservation projects too to help cats in the wild. If you guys are interested in learning more about Cat Haven's mission, or if you're interested in paying us a visit us online at cathaven.com. We also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. That's facebook.com/PSCatHaven, as well as Instagram.com, and you can find us at PS Cat Haven as well. So thank you guys so much for your interest and for helping us out.